Hello there, Qckslvrslash, and today I have a How I Play video, and it's going to be the Tier 8 Russian cruiser, the Chapayev. So let's jump right in and look at what modules I run. And I use Main Armament 1, Aiming Mod 1, both damage controls and concealment. And the reason I use both of these is I'm a fire ship, and I tend to get a lot of HE spam back at me, and any chance of reducing the damage from that, really helpful, which carries on over to my captain skills where I've gone with basics of survivability, fire prevention, high alert, then basic fire training, and last stand with demolition expert filling in my tier 4. Now this isn't a build I would recommend for any kind of competitive play, whether it be team battles or ranked, but in random battle, the kind of demolition, light fire build really does work. And it's because you've got so many ships and you have more targets to shoot at that enables you to do that damage. In any competitive play, you don't have that opportunity to really stand off and just kind of ghost a fleet because you're too big a portion of your team to be not involved in actively getting bases. So, pretty good matchup, top tier, a number of battleships, we've got a couple of aircraft carriers, and it's a very tier 8 game, which on Estuary I do not mind one bit. So straight off the bat, I'm going to go support A. I'm not going to get past those islands, I'm going to use them to shield me, and I'm going to hope that our Kiev over there does some valuable spotting. It allows me to really support him and take out the enemy. And one of the things I actually like about Estuary is it's compared to something like Two Brothers, Estuary feels fairly dynamic, and it's because of how easy it is to travel through this middle area. You can react and really do more than just kind of one strategy, which is push one side. So looks like we're getting a little abandoned. Luckily this North Carolina is coming with me, so I've got some heavy hitters, and the Kiev is pushing into A. So one thing I'll also talk about right now, as you can see I've gone with defensive fire and surveillance radar. I have run builds on this ship where I swap out defensive fire for hydroacoustic search and kind of just make myself the ultimate DD hunter. But with more aircraft carriers, particularly this week with the event for aircraft carriers, I don't think I've seen a game yet where I haven't had an enemy aircraft carrier. So running defensive fire is an easy choice. So unfortunately, no good shots yet, and I don't want to reveal myself for a low percentage shot. I'm gonna hold fire, get a little closer, and hopefully be able to do something a little better. You can see lots of gunfire coming my way, and I'm gonna pick on this North Carolina first. So I'm posting up behind this island. My gun loft should carry most of the shells over. It doesn't look like they will. I got a little too close. And getting a little friendly push from my North Carolina, which, since I wanted to get going again, I do not mind one bit. And you can see I'm going to play pretty passively. I'm going to keep my range and rely on my allies to really help me put out any kind of reliable damage. And the reason I'm doing this is the Chapayev is a very thinly armored cruiser. Not that really any cruiser has armor to speak of, but I find I just get citadeled endlessly in this thing. Now, I'm not afraid to get up and really mix it up with other cruisers, but with the amount of battleship cover they have back there, I don't want to overstretch my limits and get myself into a situation where I just explode early on. Sorry, I'll try to keep the camera a little more stable. I tend to jump in and out and look around my ship quickly to just try to keep my bearings, do little shoulder checks every so often. And looks like the North Carolina is doing the smart thing, letting that fire burn. It's only one fire, and with a ship like me nearby, you know there's gonna be more HE coming your way. Got some shells incoming, put the rudder over just to swing my stern clear of the majority of them and give myself a better chance of dodging that incoming fire. Get another fire, which is exactly how I've set this ship up to play. Gonna auto-lock this bomber squadron, and the second they get in gun range, activating the defensive fire, I want to try to cover that Farragut who I think they're going for, because a well-placed squadron can devastate a destroyer, and you can see I've scared them off, but not without getting half the planes. And get another one of the planes there right as my defensive fire runs out. So pretty happy with that usage. Sure, it wasn't a torpedo bomber squadron, and I know so many people who save them for that, but I just took out almost an entire squadron, protected one of my friendly DDs, and to me that's worth the cooldown. Unfortunately, that squadron seems to be hanging around, and it is keeping me air detected, which is not ideal. So hopefully I can get it wiped out here and just not have to worry about it anymore. And oddly enough, yes, I do have a couple battleships with me, but I've managed to push a corner, really get ships that should have been able to get in and fight against me to turn out and run away. I've got to be careful here with where I give my side to, and I'm just going to keep my both fingers pressed on each of my mouse buttons. Really the idea that every time those guns are loaded, they're just going to auto-fire. And I'm praying this North Carolina didn't see that slow up and overshoots me. Oh, bad luck. Most of the shells went long, but RNG dictated that one came right down on me. And that was my play. I shouldn't have been side on like that. I tried to vary my speed, but it was a little bit too little, too late. And I eat a shell, but that's fine. Because as you can see, I've managed to do 36,000 damage to him so far, and still have fires burning, and I'm just going to get out of here. Assuming these shells don't end me right here. Ah, thank God. And you can see how far away I've chased that North Carolina, just because of some HE fire. And next target's going to be this Bayern. Just got to keep my rudder shifting, make sure I never drive on one course too long, and don't give them an opportunity like I did earlier there. And their carrier's made a mistake of sitting still since the start, and he's got a couple DDs chasing him down. So I'm going to move in, try to support them, and make the most of this, because I think that Bayern is going to basically stop paying attention to me, try to help out his carrier. And always got to keep my head on a swivel, because you never know what could come looking my way. Hopefully I can light a fire on this Lexington and lock those planes down. Really take them out of action for a bit. And there we go. So he's either going to repair that, get some planes in the air, or he's going to be stuck burning for a while. And you can see right away that carrier repairs it. And with a rate of fire like the Chapayev, I should be able to quickly get him relit. And, come on. Come on, RNGesus. Give something to me. There we go. 2 fires. Awesome. And those are burning for duration. Got a Torp Bomber Squadron coming in. Activating my cooldown. And just get that rudder hard over. And you can see how bad that spread gets hit with the cooldown active. And at this point, I really do need to start focusing back in on this Bayern. I don't even know what way he's driving. That's how little attention I've been paying to him. So if I can close him to 4K, I should be able to get some torps in the water, and these torpedoes are absolutely devastating. And I don't think he's even aware that I'm here, which is pretty fortunate for me, as those torps are going to do massive amounts of damage when they hit him. And there's the game. So overall, really happy with that result. 260,000 credits, 5,300 experience, 116,000 damage over 202 shells with 12 fires and 2 kills. Second place on our team, the Bismarck, outdoing me, and I can guarantee you he probably deserved it, because as you saw, that wasn't a super exciting, like, get in there brawl kind of game that would be normal for me in a battleship or destroyer or even a lot of my cruiser play. But that's how I drive the Chapayev. I stand off, I get big damage in, using those fires to really start to rack up the damage. And you can see my fires did as much as my main shells did. Now, unfortunately in this battle, I never had a chance to shoot at a cruiser, and if I can get a cruiser into the 10k range, I switch over to AP, and the rate of fire just rips them apart too. And that's really why I enjoy the Chapayev. It's very flexible. You've got good range, great rate of fire to do the kind of HE shelling that battleships hate. And even that Lexington, look how much damage I did to him. Just second set of fires, and they burnt. And as for credits and XP, walked away with just shy of 100,000 and 5,300 experience, 6,600 on the captain. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to make more of these how I plays because it's one of the things that were requested when I asked what people wanted to see. So at least once a week I'm going to get one of these out where it's just live recording, me talking while I'm playing, rather than being a post commentary. And I feel these games are a little more honest because the result is what it is. If you enjoyed the video, would love a thumbs up or the subscription. Both really help the channel out and help me stay motivated enough to keep pumping these videos out daily. And as always, I'm going to have another one for you guys tomorrow.